Hello everyone, very good evening. So this session is regarding how to revamp your strategy for the upcoming prelims. You know, most of the times what happens is that we are overwhelmed with things. You have to manage your optional, you have to manage your general studies mains, and you have to manage prelims alongside. So you have lot of things to be managed here. Given this case, many of the students remain confused how you have to deal this. Okay, so what would be the right way to deal with the current January to May time period? Yeah, good evening everyone, good evening. Right, so first of all you need to understand that means what is the point of clearing prelims. So what if is the question that generally happens and that keeps haunting most of the students. Okay, how to deal with this problem currently? I'll tell you now. This is Jan 6th, right? So you are going to start from tomorrow, Jan 6th to May 24. First of all, tell yourself that you are going to do it if you are determined. One thing is very clear, that you are determined to prepare for the upcoming 5 months or not. If you are not determined, then you have to question whether you have to give this attempt. But if you are determined, then you try to follow this approach without any stress of managing prelims and optional, sorry, mains and optional. You will be sailing through prelims easily. Pick the most important topics. Pick the most important topics of GS mains, especially GS4, GS3, and GS2. Select the topics. Okay, select the topics. If you see, there will be around 100 to 150 topics in entire GS 234. Okay, so in the entire GS 234, you will be seeing 150 to 200 topics. But out of that, very important topics which gets repeated, the themes which get repeated are around 50 to 60. Okay, so now choose those themes and prepare those themes, not the entire syllabus. Instead of targeting entire syllabus completion, now you just target those themes. So you have Jan 6th to Feb 6th. So keep target of 30 days. So in these 30 days, try to finish two topics each day. Two topics each day by giving 1.5 hour per topic. And then take your optional. Don't try to finish entire syllabus. Just pick the important topics. Pick same 60 topics and do daily two topics by dedicating 1.5 hour per topic. So in optional, you will be able to finish 60 topics. In GS mains also, you will be able to finish 60 topics. So if you are finishing important themes in GS, post prelims, you are confident that at least the major things are already done. You have prepared on it. So you need not worry much about the GS because you have covered the important things. Till now, in optional also, you might have covered lot of things, and out of what is pending, select the 60 topics and try to finish them. So within 30 days, try to wind up whatever you are left with. Okay, so don't drag beyond February 20 regards your mains preparation. So you have already given around 6 hours for mains, including GS plus optional. So you have to dedicate another 6 hours for prelims. So in these 6 hours also, target things very, very specifically. Don't try to focus on finishing the syllabus, but focus on finishing the themes. Okay, so your target should be from Jan 6th to Feb 6th, you can finish almost one topic per hour or one topic every 2 hours. Suppose there is preamble, then there is fundamental rights. It might take 3-4 hours. Okay, so like that, if you take polity, you have 15 most important topics, and in a similar way, in economy, you have money and banking and monetary policy. So that is also an important topic. You have 2-3 important topics. So try to finish those important topics. Go topic wise. Don't focus on entire economy completion or entire polity completion. So in this 1 month of time, you should ensure that you are covering all the important topics, one topic for every 2 hours, or some topics may take 2.5 or 3 hours. So that's not the concern, but your target should be finishing the topic, not the book or not the chapter. Okay, so don't focus on finishing the chapter. Okay, so focus on finishing the topic and that particular theme, and after doing this, solve all the PYQs of that particular topic. So with this, you develop a clarity of the topic that you are doing. So we have 30 days, and you are assuming that you are doing 3 topics per day. So around 90 topics you can finish, right? Irrespective of anything, 90 topics can be finished in these 30 days. So once you are done with these 90 topics, you will be understanding that you have done most of your prelims preparation. And the question is how to manage current affairs. How you are going to deal current affairs now. See, for prelims, you have 6 hours. Out of this, we are assuming that 4 hours you are doing your static, that topics whatever that is there, and 2 hours of current hours. 2 hours for current affairs and 4 hours static. Now in these 2 hours, what you should be doing? See, current affairs, what are very important in current affairs? First is IR and mapping. Okay. Second comes science and tech. Third, environment. Fourth is schemes and policies, even that is very less important. Okay, so these are very important. And now what you have to do, you pick any magazine and in 2 hours try to finish every day 2 months of IR and mapping. 2 hours of IR and mapping. And like this, if you do every day 2 months of one particular subject, what will happen? Within a week, you will finish complete 1 year of IR and mapping or 10 months of IR and mapping. Then, in a similar way, next week you pick up other subject, science and tech. So every day do 2 months of current affairs of that particular topic. So when you are doing this, ensure that you are making short notes. See how many subjects we have. First, within 4 weeks, within 1 month, you are going to cover all the major important subjects of current affairs. Instead of running after completion of magazines, this would be the best way to target the current affairs. So people feel that they lack time. But what is lacking is the strategy of approaching the examination. It is not lack of time. So when you target each of them within 4 weeks, okay, each week. So by Feb 6th, you are going to finish all 10 months of current affairs of these subjects. So you target first major ones. So here one subject, I would say economy you do after last week of February, because you will be having budget and economic survey covered. So then you can read. So in this manner, now when you are making short notes and within 4 to 5 weeks, you are finishing your all the major current affairs, that boosts your confidence like anything. So you are dealing the current affairs in a proper way. At the same time, static also, you are not chasing the completion of the syllabus, but you are focusing on the themes where UPSC emphasizes. So if you can finish important themes in January itself, by February, and major current affairs are covered, so in that case, the fear of missing out, or the fear that you have regarding the prelims that you may not complete or you may not revise will be reduced drastically, because most of the fear lies with respect to current affairs. But already you have read major ones, because IR and mapping is the focused part, then science and tech, then environment. So if you have done these things and if you have made notes, and those notes can be revised 10 times, 20 times in the coming next 4 months. You have February, you have March, you have April, you have May. So now these current affairs can be revised multiple number of times, and the static part also can be revised multiple number of times, and you can practice also. Now this is about how to strategize things and finish them, right? So I told you with respect to optional and mains how you can deal, right? So how to deal with optional and mains. So choose 60 topics, 60 most important topics, and try to finish in each of them. So topics here, by which I mean that themes, okay? So in optional it is topics, but in GS it is themes. What is the major problem here? Okay, so the problem, where does it lie? The problem is regarding distractions. In this era of social media, it is very common that every now and then we tend to look at our mobile phones, see what notifications have come. At the same time, just for the sake of knowing some information, you tend to browse things, and that prolongs for a long period of time, which is again directed to other what do you call, other aspects or other apps, which drags away all your time. Okay, so because of that, entire time is lost, and by the time you realize you have lost the time, what you are left with is regret and guilt. So if you are very serious for this attempt, my sincere suggestion, okay, my sincere suggestion for this exam would be that you just disappear for next 5 months. Okay, so for these 5 months, just try to disappear from all the people who disturbs you and from all the distractions. See, it's only now. Okay, it's not, you can't procrastinate further to plan that you'll start from February, you'll start from March, June. Maybe you can align things differently, your targets might change with respect to the timing that is given, but there is no further chance that if you miss planning or starting from now. So first, disappear from all the people who gives you negative thoughts. Okay, so first thing, who are going to impact your positivity, that your energies which you have planned UPSC preparation, that in the beginning you might be having very strong energy, right? So you have come with very high energy, but now when you look at the examination at this point of time, you feel very low. The reason is that, okay, so the problem is with strategic planning. So even if you are afraid of anything, be it GS mains, prelims, optional, everything can be done. So choose very wisely. Suppose, assuming that somebody did not do mains well, if you are preparing all the important topics of prelims from January to February 6th, so then you have another one more month where you can allot your time for mains, at least one slot, so that your mains part can be done if you are good at prelims, right? So that's why don't worry about what can be done, focus on executing things, disappear from the distractions. At the same time, like I would say, if possible, keep your smartphone away and try to use the basic mobile phone. It feels like you might be utilizing the mobile phone for right purpose, but it has been one of the most biggest distraction for any other student in this preparation. So be very careful, though it is helpful, but many a times it is having more negative effects, right? So that's why try to maintain short notes of whatever you are reading, because this is something which will help you revise at the end, especially for current affairs. For static, even if you are not doing, that's fine, but for current affairs, definitely make short notes. This is very, very important. And the other issue that comes up with most of the students is practice versus reading. See, if you practice without any knowledge, then practice is useless. If you are reading and you're going to exam without practice, then reading is useless. So there is a need for proper balance. On daily basis, you are already practicing PYQs. So at the weekend, you give the test. From now on, without missing your weekend, so try to give tests every weekend. So that would be more than sufficient. Okay, so don't worry how many number of tests you are giving, how much tests you have to appear for. Okay, so this is with respect to how to re-strategize, because many students kept on asking how I should be dealing the prelims now, because I didn't finish my mains, lot of topics are pending, I didn't finish my mains GS, how should I be dealing the prelims? So the best way to deal with prelims is you dedicate half of the time for prelims. Okay, so half day for prelims and half day for mains for this 1 month, not more than that. So after that, in the half of the time that you have, in half of the time you have 6 hours. So in the 6 hours, try to finish at least 3 topics of prelims and one current affairs subject. Okay, so within a month you will finish almost 90 topics, 90 themes. That means you are done with most of your prelims preparation. So this is the reverse way of learning UPSC. So it would be easy for you once you follow this. And if you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, no doubts. CSAT. Yeah. So many of the students have the problem with CSAT. How to deal this? Now, what you can do here in 6 hours, you try to give Jan 6th to Feb 6th your time of 12 hours. Okay, so 3 hours you will be doing GS mains topics whichever is pending from GS 234. Don't do GS 1 now. Don't waste your time because GS 1 you will be doing most of the things in the prelims itself. And then 3 hours you will be choosing 2 topics every day, or these are nothing but 2 themes. Okay, so finish the themes, and here also you choose themes optional. So you choose the topics, 2 topics every day, and then rest 6 hours you have to do prelims. So here I told you 4 hours you will be doing static and 2 hours you are doing current affairs. Those who are weak at CSAT, what you have to do, or if you are having a problem with CSAT, don't worry about CSAT till Feb 6th. From Feb 6th to March 6th, because you have 4 months here. Don't worry much about CSAT because you can deal it within a month. So here now in the next month you don't have these 2 things. Suppose some topics are pending even after this. So 9 hours you will be doing prelims and 3 hours only if something is pending you will be doing mains part, or you will be revising 1 or 2 topics every, oh, sorry, 1 or 2 topics every day, 1 hour. Okay, so you'll daily pick 1 or 2 topics of GS mains or optional, and for 1 hour you'll read, and rest of the times you'll prepare for prelims if you have completed your mains preparation. Or if some topics are pending, so you'll be allotting 3 months from Feb to March, sorry, 3 hours from Feb to March, and you'll try to finish the remaining topics or revise which you feel difficult, and rest 9 hours. Now you will be doing 4 hours static preparation, 2 hours current affairs preparation, and daily 3 hours try to give it to CSAT. So daily 3 hours try to give it to CSAT. Now CSAT, for me I feel that is not a challenging thing, because anybody despite being from any background can deal it. It feels tough, I understand, but it is more of managing the syllabus. So first thing what you have to learn in CSAT, is choosing the questions. So before directly starting the preparation, take 5 years of last 5 years of CSAT papers. Don't solve anything. Don't solve anything. Take 5 years of CSAT papers. Now take that paper and just see which are the questions which needs only common sense and basic logic. So sometimes you'll be having statements 2x plus y is equal to z, and they'll be giving x, y, z values. Okay, so 1, 2, 3 or something. These things, do you have to know math for it? Just substitute these things in the question and try to see which is fitting there exactly. Like this, there will be many questions which only needs common sense, which doesn't need any math knowledge. So you have to practice choosing the questions. Okay, so here choosing the questions are very important. Take the paper, sit with the paper, don't take much time, take only 5 to 10 minutes for each paper, and see that how many questions which are very easy that are there in the paper. You will find that almost 20 to 25 questions are very easy. Okay, basic reasoning, basic math, even without complex knowledge, anybody can do them. But most of the times we fail to identify these questions. That is the problem with CSAT. So try to identify the right questions. So you practice choosing the questions. Now, once you have done this practice, then if you see, there are high yielding areas of CSAT. See, within 1 or 2 days, you will learn this habit of selecting the questions. So if you're done with 5 years, go for 10 years of papers, take the paper and see which question is very easy, which doesn't need any knowledge. So when you keep on selecting, first you will come across 20-25 questions. There itself, you will be completing around 40 to 50 marks. So all you need is another 30 marks or 40 marks, which you have to strive for. But don't target for 66 or don't target for 70. Your target should be 100 plus. Okay, then only you can be worry free about your marks and focus on mains preparation, or else till the result you are worried about the prelims result itself, and then the time that is there post prelims between the results, you will be losing it. So that's why, see, almost 50 marks you can deal by the basic knowledge. Now there are high yielding areas. These high yielding areas I have already given in the prelim strategy session. Now also I will be posting the link of it in the comment section. From there you can download, you can cross check. Okay, so there are around 10 topics on which if you can focus, you can solve most of the math related questions, and these are the most repeated. So now in this month of February to March, where you are giving 3 hours, these 3 hours should go for those 10 topics which can help you cover most of the questions in the examination. So put your energies in right place. That is what you have to do. There is enough time and you can clear this examination with ease. But only thing is that understanding UPSC is the most biggest challenge that anybody will be facing in this preparation. It is not how to prepare, but it is what to prepare. So what exactly you have to prepare? So you pick the PYQs, so PYQ papers, and try to understand what are the most easy questions. So you'll be identifying 20 to 25. Now you are confident that 40 to 50 marks can be easily gained. Now how to deal with the rest of the questions? So if you see, there are around 10 to 12 themes that are there, which are repeatedly asked every year. So every day, 3 hours you are dedicating for CSAT. These 3 hours should go to these 10 topics. I'll be posting those topics because today I'm here to discuss only strategy, not the topics. Okay, so these 3 hours, if you put here, within a month, you will be gaining another 10 to 15 questions easily. So if you are getting 40 questions right by March itself, okay, you have March 6th, this is March 6th, you have March left, you have April left, and you have May left. So what you have to do is just revise, 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 and practice, practice, practice. See, again, I'm just trying to recall everything what we have done from the beginning. Most of the students now are with mindset that can we do it this year? Will it be possible this year? Despite they have put good energies. So some people have problem with GS mains, some people have problem with optional, and some people have problem with prelims completely. So if you have done your mains preparation, then prelims won't be an issue. But if you haven't done your mains preparation, you have left with the topics in optional and GS, then the best way is to pick most important themes, okay, and do it daily too, okay. So for from January 6th to Feb 6th, from January 6th to Feb 6th, what you have to do? 3 hours for GS mains, 3 hours for optional, and 6 hours for prelims. And here for every 3 hours, what you will do? You will finish 2 themes of GS mains and 2 topics of optional, and then you will be doing 2 to 3 themes of prelims. Don't go subject wise, don't go topic wise, okay. So go theme wise and try to first finish all the important themes and then only go to other things. See, I am assuming you have done your basic reading once, okay. So only those people who have done their basic reading once can only deal this. So it is all keeping in mind who have done their basic reading of the syllabus once. So that you can do for the January month till Feb 6th. And after Feb 6th, if you are still left with the topics of mains and GS mains and optional, then what you can do? You can give, if you are still left, now you are doing 2 topics each day, okay. But even then, if you are left with the topics, so now in the Feb month, what you will be doing is you will keep 3 hours for mains part, 9 hours for prelims, and in these 3 hours you will be selecting the leftover topics or you will be revising what is left out, okay. So it is very important to be in touch with your mains and optional. Without that, long 4-month gap will create a lot of vacuum in your mind, and then again you have to fill it post prelims. It takes a lot of time. So that's why keep in touch with what you have done for 3 hours, because anybody, even if they read prelims, they can't be doing it for more than 8 to 9 hours. It is not possible. So now these 9 hours, what you are doing? 4 hours static, 2 hours current, and 3 hours CSAT. If you have problem with CSAT, if you don't have problem with CSAT, then you can allot it to respective mains topics, pending topics, or read prelims itself if you are worried about prelims. But I told you, major challenge is to deal with current affairs. Current affairs, how you are going to deal? See, current affairs, what are very important in current affairs? IR and mapping, science and technology, environment, and then economy or policies and schemes that are there. So acts, policies and schemes are important. Now, these are 4 important things. What you will do every day, so 1 week you will be allotting to one subject. Okay. So 1 week for IR and mapping, 1 week for science and tech, 1 week for environment, one week for policies and schemes. So each week, each day. Okay. So first week you are doing IR and mapping. From Jan 6th to Jan 12th, you are doing IR and mapping. So tomorrow what I will do? I'll take any magazine whichever is good for me, irrespective of any bias. You can select objectively which one is good, okay. So choose good mapping books or good current affairs magazine and cover 2 months of IR and mapping, okay. You are giving 2 hours. Within 1 hour easily you can cover 1 month. In another 1 hour you will be covering another month, and make short notes of those 2 months of IR and mapping. Then move to the what do you call next 2 months in next day. So within a week you will finish 10 months of IR and mapping. So within 1 week you have completed all the current affairs of IR and mapping. In the next week you will be covering all the current affairs of science and tech. In the other week you will be covering environment, then policies and schemes, or you place any other subject which is very important. So most important thing here is you are covering 1 year current affairs of very important areas which are going to come in the examination. So Jan to December is very important. Okay, so actually it is from May post prelims generally we read, but if you are completing from Jan to December, that is also well and good. So now you are done with IR and mapping, which is the most focused area. You are done with science and tech, you are done with environment. Whatever the worry that was bothering you back of your mind regarding the current affairs will what do you call slowly fade away, and your confidence levels will increase drastically, because now you don't need to read that bulky 100 pages of magazines, but your short notes which you have made, which will be only 15-20 pages. So that boosts your confidence with respect to current affairs. Now this is only Feb 6th. You have March, April, May, June. Sorry, March, April, and May, right? So Feb. See, January to February itself, you are finishing all your current affairs. This is not complete February. This is only Feb 6. So you have February, you have March, you have April, you have May. So more than 100 days left for revising things. And don't do economy now itself. Economy current affairs, don't try to finish it the beginning itself. Try to do after the budget and economic survey comes up. So you dedicate 1 week for economy current affairs and try to do it. Okay. So now students who are bothered about optional mostly, and if they have not done their optional properly, especially anthropology, then I would say increase 1.5 hour and cut down one and a half hour from other areas. So because if you have not done your optional, you might have done your GS mains or you have done your GS prelims. So your optional is not done, that means that you have done something else, right? So from those areas you can cut down the time and try to cover it accordingly. So this will help you deal the things with ease, and from February itself you are in the practice and revision mode, so you can deal with the exam very comfortably. So not to worry much about the exam. It is all about right approach and what to do. How to do you might have learned already, right? So most importantly, what to do in this coming days. Okay, so you should not run after the subjects, because trying to complete the syllabus or trying to complete the book, this is a wrong strategy altogether. Don't fall in the trap of it. So you have to read the standard books, but target is not completing it. So even if you finish the book, your focus should be on the topics more. Okay, so first cover the important themes, then only go to all other topics. Okay, so only in geography, I think it is conceptually linked, so you have to go in an orderly way. But others, I think if you have done your basic reading, so there won't be any problem. So if you have any doubt, you can ask. So how to manage answer writing with prelims and how many questions should we do? Okay. How to manage answer writing with prelims. So I told you, right? Now you are giving 2 hours, sorry, 3 hours every day. So you're giving 3 hours for GS mains, right? Whatever the two topics you're doing, after those two topics, try to write two answers for 10 minutes each. So that's how you'll be covering your answer writing also. Here, after optional also, you have read the two topics or three topics, try to write the answers. Okay, so that's how you can cover your answer writing along with balancing prelims also. Clear? Any doubts further? See, mindset is very, very important. Many people, because of various experiences of their self, okay, so like their friends or themselves will try to give you an opinion, but what is very important is your conviction. Do you want to do it? Then there is enough time to do it. Still, despite being at any stage of preparation, you can manage it and you can deal it. So many people with 5 months of preparation have cleared this examination, especially prelims. Okay, so they have worked on mains between prelims and mains, but they have done it. What they have done is they have completely focused on this examination. They are determined, they are committed, and their perseverance lasted till the last day of examination. What we will do? Today we'll make a plan, tomorrow we'll go out for some other activity. See, everybody has something to be done, and those people who compromise on the external things and focus on the examination have higher chances of clearing this exam. So I would say be committed for these 5 months and give your blood and sweat, then you won't have any regrets for this examination. If you are facing any problem with respect to strategy, and if you didn't understand something which we have discussed now, if you want something to be discussed personally, then you can message at ASVT's IAS on Telegram. Okay, so on Telegram handle you can message us, or you can message us at 80768 22001. So we will arrange mentorship session with respective faculty who can help you, but will schedule a call so that nobody gets affected. So we'll give you time in advance. So respective faculty will be dealing with those areas wherever you are facing difficulty. Okay, so they'll help you solve your doubts. But most importantly, just be committed. Don't get distracted by other things. Don't complain. Okay, so don't complain about things. It's your exam. You want to do it or you don't want to do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. If you want to do it perfectly, but don't stand in between and regret later. So that's what I would say. Because despite any number of problems, suppose I'm having multiple issues. Despite having multiple issues, if I want to do the exam, now I should be committed so that my problems will be solved. Now, because of those problems, I'm not focusing on the exam, I'm not solving the problem either. So both the things will become worse and worse further. So remain committed. I know everybody is having a different challenge, right? So some people are affected by personal relationships, some people are affected by financial monetary issues, some people are affected by the issues at the family level. Okay, so different challenges are there. Some people, despite putting lots of efforts, they are facing difficulties with the subject itself, or they have learned from wrong people, they went to wrong coaching. Multiple issues are there with respect to everyone, but it is our choice. Are we willing to solve it, or we are going to bother about it and further destroy our preparation and time? Okay, so I would say whatever has happened, leave it, and from now stay committed to the examination. Give all your attention when you are focusing, when you are reading, when you sit to study, all your attention should go to the book, and it should be aligned to the UPSC preparation. Don't fall for the traps of coaching institutes where they'll be trying to train you the shortcuts, give you shortcut materials. I would say focus mostly on PYQs, read standard books, give tests, follow it. That's it. Don't fall for any traps, because after reading particular material and if you don't get the questions, then tomorrow you'll regret. So you can only you can only take the help from others to simplify things. Okay, suppose there is a topic, and if you're facing difficulty, what you can do is you can take help of somebody who have simplified it. But don't try to read the material, because UPSC follows books and not any institute. So that's why follow the standard books and follow current affairs and try to practice on regular basis all the PYQs. You will be acing this exam with comfort. Okay. So this is all. If you have any doubts, you can please ask. Right? Any other doubts? Okay, then that's all for today. If you have anything, you can reach out with respective ID on Telegram and mobile number. So they'll help you. Thank you very much. Thank you.